We run.
Hello everyone, this is Royalty Tea Room, and this is another episode 22, I believe. I think it was like Dolly Vengeance or something. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe.
And comment down below and let me know what other type of topics we want to discuss here. Sorry if you see the glare. I tried moving the light I have backwards, so hopefully that works.
Basically, the episode starts off where we left off last week with Dolly going to the ER. And it is very sad. It is very traumatic. Like, the way that they put her in the bag was really sad. And that is scary for anyone. And she basically had a seizure, from what we understand. I guess we really don't know why. I mean, people say it's because of what happened last night, but we'll get into that. Lex starts crying in her confessional, which that was pretty sad to see. I mean, all reality TV shows have that, like, scene that can be triggering and whatnot. So Lex starts crying, and then Summer and Lex FaceTime Dolly and go over, like, what led up to the seizure. Summer's trying to tell Dolly, like, recapping all the moments that happened prior to her collapsing, and basically Dolly's okay, you know, but she can't finish out the rest of the season. She has to go home because of all her injuries, and of course the scenes following what happened were a bunch of fighting scenes, so she probably wouldn't have been able to keep up with that. Something worse could have happened. So sometimes it's better to safe than sorry. That's a good way to say it. So
oh, that just hurts so bad. Oh, I hope so.
So she does her outro. My rating on Dolly, I feel like she was a 6. No shade to, you know, anyone if they ever do see this video. Please do not come for me. But I give her a 6 because her fashion's kept up, her confessional looks kept up. I love that southern accent of hers. Like,
You did it. You're winning. Tonight.
It's really great. She's from, like, Mississippi. I like it. I guess the only thing was her and Summer jumping, well, not jumping, but tag teaming Pretty Pete in, like, the earlier episodes. I know this season has been, like, so long. I have to kind of, like, remember everything that happened. So I didn't like that part. And then her kept messing with Anna. It was like, just fight her or don't. And she kept saying she wasn't going to. But then at that one place, she, like, did. And threw drinks on Tasiki, even though she said it was water. Tasiki said it was liquor or juice. I can't remember. But just those little things I didn't like. And then, I don't know. I just feel like I really wish she didn't befriend a certain someone, because she would have gotten more points up my ladder. But yeah, she's a 6 out of 10. Do I think she should return to Africa? Not Africa, just because of, like, I'm African, so I don't know, her going over there with that, you know, thick accent, and it just, if you're gonna come to the motherland, bring some class with you. And I don't know if Dolly can exude class, what's the word? I don't know if that's really her thing, but she's pretty likable. She didn't stand out, of course, when we see this reunion, because we've heard tea about the reunion. We'll see then. But during the season, she didn't really stand out as much, or she wasn't like a breakout star. That was more for, like, Pretty P, I feel like, was the breakout star. But yeah, that's just my rating on Dolly. The next scene, Rolly, Tink, Scotty, and Natalie talk about what happened with Dolly, and Rolly was just saying how she was, you know, being there for her, and how she realized that everything was serious, like it wasn't a joke, this was an emergency. And Rolly saying, you know, that she's proud of the newbies for, like, sticking together. Well, not newbies, but Lex and Summer, because the other Jazz and Pretty P are newbies, and they didn't go with her because, I mean, for various reasons. But that was really nice to hear Rolly say that. Scotty's such an Aquarius. She was like, that's scary.
Where are you from?
I was like, Scotty, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But it wasn't any shade. I picked that up. I was like, oh, she a true Aquarius. It's like, that's scary. Eye roll. Lex basically insinuates Dolly's headache was because of Jayla. Now, when she said that, I was like,
Bitch, shut up.
It could have been a multitude of things. Like, to be honest, y'all just met 2 months. You know, you don't really know this girl like that. It's great you guys have a friendship, but you guys are really, like, strangers. So to insinuate that, I'm not going to say it's far-fetched, but to say it on TV is far-fetched. And I don't think anyone wants to be held responsible for something like that happening, whether you guys were fighting. I mean, Dolly did go over there and start with her first, so it was kind of justified. And Jayla's always said that she hits first. So, like, in a few scenes, the newbies are like, I can't believe, Jayla's super professional and she would hit her. But she's always stated, since she's been on Bad Girls Club until now, that she hits first. So, like, what do you mean you're surprised she hit her first? She's been said she hits her first, but that's besides the point. But insinuating that, I think that was not very mature of her to say. It's like she could have had a headache for a multitude of things. But yes, they didn't get into a fight last night. So the headache, I mean, maybe she had a concussion, but my thing is, after fights, Zeus really needs to be checking on their talent. But that's another story. Ivory is me in the confessional. She's just like, I don't think you should really say that because it's like,
That's not facts, and no one wants to have that put on their name. Just saying.
Summer really said something about morals in her confession. I can't remember the exact word, but she said something about morals, and I was just like, weren't you talking about Slim's deceased father?
Disrespectful
To
for
you.
one woman. Red.
To you.
It is disrespectful.
To you.
It is, first of all, it's disrespectful in general.
To you.
Morals? Okay, Summer. Pretty P makes a point that, they're not, the newbies and the OGs are not living together, so there might be that tension that it seems like there's one side versus the other side because of that. And it's like
Natalie, Remy, like all those producers of see.
And people in charge need to realize these ladies are not really getting that experience, that reality TV experience that a lot of us grew up on. So it's just coming off as not authentic, which is why people have been like, oh, it's scripted and stuff. And then Lemmy fires the people who say that. So, I don't know. Maybe next season they might want to consider having the cast all live together. None of that hotel. I can see Natalie maybe, but just her. Like, there was like 10 people staying in a hotel. Every episode they were like, oh, I ain't staying here, I ain't staying here. Then why are you even here? But I don't make the decisions. Yeah, so the newbies, they were shocked that Jayla hit first. She said she does. Yeah. Natalie calls the newbies and said that they're having dinner. We already know how her dinners go. Pew pew. And she says that Mel is coming. Now, I didn't really know of Mel before the season started. I know that, like, she tried to jump Ivory at a club, and that tea came out while the season was filming. So we were just all, like, skeptical of that. But they did a flashback in the episode showing what Ivory was talking about. So that was pretty interesting to see. But I'm just going to be on Ivory's side because we've seen more of her throughout the season. We don't even know who Mel is. And I don't watch Now That's TV yet, so I really don't know who she is. But she seems pretty, from what I saw. So they're on their way to the dinner, and Lex keeps going on that she's pissed at Jayla for what happened, blaming her.
She's a star. She's a star. I'm a star. We don't know who you are.
But then someone says, like, Jayla snuck Dolly. And my thing is, I don't think she snuck her because she was in her face. Dolly was in Jayla's face. So if you get in someone's face, like in any scenario in life, and it's volatile, hostile, if they hit you, it wasn't off guard. It didn't just come out of nowhere. It was like she just caught you off guard in the moment, but it wasn't a sneak. I feel like a sneak is from behind, I don't know. They keep saying sneak, and it's just like, she didn't sneak her. She was in her face. They were arguing. Dolly started with her first. Like, we expected Dolly to hit her, but she didn't. She was just obviously throwing stones and hiding her hands, but Jayla punched her. So it's like there's really no reason to be like, I can't believe she hit her or she snuck her. Now she just caught her off guard, but you was arguing with her first. So what did you think was going to happen, ma'am? Yeah. I love that Ivory's just sitting quietly in the van. She's like a lion about to attack. I'm like while they were talking, I was watching Ivory and I was like, damn, be quiet. But I like that because she's just like, her mind is like getting Mel, and I feel like that is a real baddie. I love how in the other van, the OGs are dressed up like they're not fighting. Like, Anna has on this dress and her hair's all out. Granted, Jayla's bald, but like Scotty, she's wearing this one dress, and it's like, do y'all know where you're about to go? Maybe Natalie told them they were going back to the I don't know. I was just like, this is a weird attire, but they do them. Biggie's confessional had me laughing. She said, like, duh, Captain Obvious. I was laughing. I was like, that's funny. And then Pretty P was like, I thought we were done with the special guests after Tommy cut up. Like, yeah, low key, I was thinking the same thing. How many special guests are, and there's 2 episodes left? Like, really? But, whatever. Scotty's confessional. Now, I love Scotty, don't get me wrong. But she looked like that one popsicle that everyone used to get at the ice cream truck, the red, white, and blue one. Can't remember what that's called, but I love that popsicle to this day. She looks exactly like that. Like Ivory's confessional a couple episodes back, she kind of had that same eye makeup too, but she didn't really look like the popsicle. Scotty's whole outfit is just blending, and it's giving in the summer when you have a popsicle and it's melting down your hand. Like, it's giving all of that. But, you know, her posture was nice. So Nat arrives at the dinner with Jaden. And then throughout the episode, okay, so then Lex mentions that she has business to take care of. She's just like, oh, I see these Hawaiian men here and they look good, but I'm gonna need y'all to move out the way. I respect your culture, but I have business to take care of.
You don't have nothing else to talk about?
Exactly.
Bitch just missed 72 hours.
It's like, girl, if you mention that one more time, we get it. You're about to fight. You're about to beat up someone. Like, okay, this is like the 4th time she mentioned it, and it was only like 20 minutes. Yeah. But so then all the girls walk in, and the OGs are already sitting, and Anna was really starting with Summer first. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, they're ops. They're not happy with each other, so there really isn't room for you to sit down and have some but she was starting with her first, and she was reading her. I like Anna's mouth. It's vicious, and it kind of reminds me of Jada from season 12 of Bad Girls Club, but Anna, I think, wins more of her fights, but Jada actually, like, stood 10 toes. Not saying Anna does it, but she doesn't, like, need to get someone to jump in like Anna does usually. So then Summer is kind of taking all this because Jayla's talking to, it kind of gave like high school a little bit, but low-key Summer deserved it. So then Summer goes over and she was like, Nat, you forgot to hug me. Obviously a setup. The producers are like, Summer, like, sit down. Summer goes over there and attempts to sneak Scotty, but Scotty kicked her so hard. That was actually really cool to see. Like, I don't want to say cool to see because I don't condone bullying, but it was satisfying. It was like, yes, kick her. Sorry. And then Nat's in the middle. Security trying to break it up. You just see Nat's Debbie cakes flying out in the air and her wig and everything. It's like, Natalie, sit down. You're EP. You're CEO. You're the queen. Sit down. Lex comes, and then she literally immediately starts fighting Jayla. And she was boop, boop. Like, she was not holding back. She said all bets are off. She said that 5 times in her confessional. Jayla, I do not think, was prepared for what Lex was about to bring, even though they fought, but obviously they fought like episode 2 or 3, so it's been a couple months since that came out. And yeah, I mean, Lex was getting her. Like, those hits were hard, and I love Jayla. Like, love is might be a stretch. I really like Jayla, but Lex won. And it comes to a point where you're, I don't want to say over a certain age, but when you're over a certain age, this type of thing might not be your thing, you know? A baddie knows when it's time to quit. And her sticking through, it will show. If she keeps going on these seasons, including Natalie, but Natalie's been hiding behind, like, you can't fight me, I'm EP, so that's whatever. But if Jayla, or, you know, like Low London or whatever, keep going on, and they're at this certain point in their life, it's like, it's going to start hurting you. It's going to start affecting you, like your back. Or in this case, Jayla got, you know, her face kind of knocked on. And that was sad to see because Jayla's face is flawless. But for the first time in forever, there was a flaw on her face. I was like, no, not Jayla Mina. So then Anna low-key kind of snuck Summer. I saw that in the back. She hit her with the, and you just see all this commotion in the back. I think Anna was she was clearly trying to sneak Summer. And it's like, this is kind of what they're talking about. But low-key, I mean, I'm just not a Summer fan, so whatever you do to Summer, I'm gonna find a way to justify it, even though I shouldn't. I'm sorry. Scotty says that she has Summer chain, and Summer better get it, and I love that. When she said that, I was like, yes, this is a baddie. Like, come get your chain. You want it, come get it from Scotty. And she did. Not saying that she won. Like, Scotty was kind of getting her, but it was really, I don't want to say tied, but I'd give an extra point to Scotty because she had Summer's face down a little bit, and then they fell into the cameras. And if I was production, I'd be like, if y'all fall into this camera one more time, do y'all not see this line? Like,
Hey. I'm not playing games. Hey, you're rude, you're disrespectful, and you're going to stop.
Oh, what's that, Annie? Can I have one?
So they thought, I'm gonna just give it to Scotty, but in my book, it's really a tie. Where was, oh yeah, and then Jayla and Lex fight again, and those hits looked bad. Like, so the first time she slammed her, I forgot to mention that, she slammed her, and that part didn't really impress me because I know a lot of wrestlers, and like, slamming someone doesn't mean you want to fight. But that second round, like, it was clear as day. The first one, some people might say, oh well, they both were getting their hits in, but she clearly won because she slammed her. Okay, fair. Second round, if you thought that Jayla won at any moment, because I did not, but let's say you did, the second round, there's no way to say that. It's clear as day, Lex won. Like, they was fighting, and then Jayla tried to hold her, but that was her mistake, because Lex's arms are long. So she went around that and started goiping her. And I was like, yes! Like, no, I love Jayla, but I was like, yo, low-key, she's getting her. Like, Jayla, like, let go. I know you wear white, but wave the white fucking flag. I'm sorry for cussing. Wave the white flag. So then Scotty versus Summer. No, I already said that. I'm sorry. Scotty versus Lex, and they're arguing, and that was wild. I think they have a connection. Because that type of arguing, it was like, remember when K Capri was like yelling at that one lollipop girl? It was like that, but K Capri's just like that. She's just extra. Scotty, don't get me wrong, she gets mad, she becomes something else, but she was not playing with Lex. She was like arguing with her, but she wasn't finna fight her, so it was like, girl, save your breath. Then Summer versus Anna. Summer won. She was literally about to break Anna's feet. Like, I saw her trying to grab Anna's little piggy toes, and I'm like, oh, don't fight dirty. And when I say dirty, I mean, like, the bottom of their feet was all dirty. I did notice that, and it's like, does this place not sweep? But that's besides the point. Natalie tells Scotty, don't yell at her, because, so Natalie tried to break up that fight, and then Scotty's like yelling in the back, like, drag her, saying all this stuff. And to be fair, you don't have any room to yell this, Scotty, when you're not even getting in the paint with you know who. She's trying to get you, and you just, why do you want to fight me? Like, don't yell at Natalie to do something if you're not going to do it either. So I stand behind Natalie on this, and I don't stand behind Nat a lot, just because I'm smarter than that, but yeah, I stand behind her in this. Don't get me wrong, so shade Natalie, I'm just saying, I grew up watching her, so I would be stupid to stand behind her on a lot of stuff. Scotty says that Natalie picks and chooses, so she's like in the back and she's icing her hand, and she's like saying, Natalie picks and chooses, which she has a point with that, but that's a separate video. And then Scotty, so she's like basically running from Lex at this point. When I say running, not physically, but she's just like, you don't have a reason to fight me, blah blah blah. And I heard that at the reunion, same thing happened. Lex was trying to fight Scotty and nobody was allowing it to happen. So it's like, if she does get on Africa and we know Scotty's coming back, they're gonna have to fight, because it's just at this point it's coming. And Scotty, don't be worried about getting beat up. Just be worried that, don't be worried, like, you really have nothing to worry about. So yeah. Round 3, Summer versus Anna. Low-key, Anna was, I don't want to say winning, but she was awake now. Like, I think before she was kind of just taking it a little bit like whatever, but she was definitely awake. Tasiki said she was trying to separate it, but Jayla clearly threw in a punch, and that was justified because Summer was trying to jump in on her fight last night and didn't have a reason to jump. So I stand with Jayla. And then Mel comes in and she has a confessional, but my thing is, you gave her a confessional but not Tommy. You disappointed me. Sorry. So then they started fighting, and Ivory was getting it. Like, Ivory, first of all, during that whole showdown, she was not even like saying anything. You didn't really hear Ivory. She was just locked and loaded. A lady like that, and I don't mean to say lady because we know how it is, is about her business.
Or scared.
I can see your panty line hairs.
How do you guys feel about?
I can see your tracks.
Oh, is that the spoon you put in your mouth?
I washed it, little girl.
Oh, okay, because I was trifling, little boy. Yeah, real trifling.
I mean to say lady, because we know how it is about her business and it's not playing a game. So I like that. That's really where the episode ends. Next episode, next week, Mel and Ivory, round 3, and they didn't show it. Both of their wigs is off, so we'll see. Can I just say that second round with Ivory and Mel, it looked like Ivory like slammed her face on the table. Like I saw people in the back like, oh my gosh, like she slammed her face. Whew, girl. Natalie and Rolly talk about what happened next week. They leave and Natalie's like yelling out of the window saying like, Scotty, you're gonna get your bottom whooped. And it's like, by who? By who? All the girls still want to fight. I just feel like Jayla, no. Lex and Scotty need that. I think everyone else can just leave it alone. But maybe, you know, they don't feel like that they got their best ones in. I think Lex did great. I think Scotty did great. I think Summer... So anyways, they go on a hike and they attempt to get things off their chest. Anna says that Nunu should thank her for getting her on the last 4 episodes, and I'm like, see, there go that mouth again. But she has a point though. Rolly tells the OGs that they've been jumping a lot, and I'm like, yes, finally, because we know Natalie's not gonna do it. She's gonna be like, ho 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 ho. Like Rolly was like, y'all have been jumping and that's not baddie behavior, and I'm like, yes, Rolly, like I miss you. One more chance, Rolly. I loved her, but like as the seasons went, she's just done a few things that disappointed me, you know, as a true fan at first, but I did like that Rolly said that. And then Natalie hands out 3 baddie chains and she says a few people will not get it. I think Summer's gonna get it because I feel like I've seen her get it before. And that's what I wanted to say. When Scotty was saying come get your chain, she did get her chain eventually, because I think I've seen her online since the season's been out and she's rocking the chain. So Zeus, I mean, you should have put a little update at the bottom like, oh, by the way, somebody get her chain. I think Lex gets her chain because I think I've seen her with it. And then Pretty P. Jazz already got hers. Well, who else? I don't think there's really anyone else to give it to. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and y'all let me know how you felt about this season. You know, I'm gonna do like a season review after next week, and like before the reunion airs, because I want y'all to understand really how I feel, who I want to win, who I'm rooting for, who I'm gonna put my pretty dollar on. So y'all let me know how you feel, and that's a wrap.
My new bitch look like. My new bitch look like.